Saying, it's kind of like I just got done watching the movie Content. I mean, I'm late. I understand I'm late on it. But the part that I really admire the most is that all the kids saw their favorite rapper and then they were throwing all these gang signs. Yeah, yeah, throwing the gang signs and stuff like that in the school bus. And then he just got off. He got off he stopped the school bus. He stopped the school bus, got in the school bus and said, "Who's throwing gang signs?" You know that park in Compton. You know what I mean? Who's throwing gang signs? You ready to? You know what I mean? He explained the situation. He even pointed the gun at the person. You ready? Because you'd be the next one. You know what I mean? And all the kids got quiet. You know what I mean? And guess when he walked out of the bus, guess who was smiling? The old man, the black old man. So you know what I mean? He was teaching him a lesson. And in stuff as hard as it is, it was a lesson. You know what I mean? And it's just life, you know what I mean? Like sometimes, like I'm telling you, sometimes, you know what I mean? When you're from certain areas, yeah, I understand that sometimes your own race is the one that's gonna have your back, you know what I mean? Or your own race. I get that fact, but you gotta understand too, sometimes your own race is the one that screws you over. You know what I mean? Your own race is sometimes the one that screws you over. You understand? So like, you know what I mean? So I am all up for diversification. I also understand that there needs to be separation of people, because you know what I mean, you don't want to get too diversified, because then you know what I mean, there's complications in that. You know what I mean? Some people don't go through complications, but you know what I mean, some people really do get pressured on the concept of diversification. So then I understand the situation. Like I said, some people and they're mad and they look for an excuse and to blame that person and to chastise that person and to blame that person and to the fullest and everything like that. But you have to understand, you have to understand, some people were really prepared for what was going to happen. You know what I mean? Like they were prepared. Well, they saw everything that happened. So they were prepared for what was going to happen. You know what I mean? And it's sad that like right now, like it's just I mean, it's crazy. The world is crazy. Like the way I see it is like we're at the finals, you know? So it's just, that's my theory in diversification and not being diversified too, you know what I mean? Like just and another thing, the way I see it too, the way I see it, black people have a right to stick up for black people, you know, verbally in racism. Hispanic people have the right to stick up to Hispanic people in racism. You know what I mean? White people also have the right to stick up in diversification, in their beliefs, in you know what I mean, sticking up for their race. You know what I mean? You know, every race has their right to stick up for their race. You know what I mean? It's completely good. You know what I mean? Like I said, you know, you live in a neighborhood, dress up appropriate to your neighborhood. You know what I mean? You live in a certain, you know, area, dress appropriate. Look at me. I got my camo gear, my nice, you know what I mean, tight shirt, country. You know what I mean? I do listen to different types of music and so and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But basically, country. You know what I mean? Because I do live in the country. Now, if I were living in the city, you would see me dressing up with nice fitteds, nice fitted hat, and you know what I mean, a nice baggy jeans and some Adidas. I like Adidas, Nikes. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? What else? DCs, like, you know what I mean? Like, I would dress appropriate to that. You know what I mean? In the city. So like you gotta dress appropriate to the places that you at. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So you know, like I said, going back to that, black people have the right to stick up for black people. White people have the right to stick up for white people. Hispanics have the right to stick up for Hispanics. Now, there is going to be help from different types of races. You know what I mean? You're going to help each other. You know what I mean? You're going to help each other, you know? So, you know, just just letting you know. I mean, we can go into the politics, who controls the media, how money is made, out of nothing. You know what I mean? Like documentary about so much things I like. I love educating myself as much as I can. Like the thing is, I don't remember it. You know what I mean? Too much, so I have to go back and remember and educate myself on that. But that is me speaking to you in the versification. And if they talk that stuff about, oh, you can't be a snitch and don't be a snitch and all that stuff, listen, let me tell you something about being a snitch. You know what I mean? And not that me personally, you know what I mean? I'm just saying everybody is a snitch. You know what I mean? Everybody is a snitch. Everybody is a snitch. Everybody. No matter what. The minute you open your mouth or you type something in your computer or you say something about somebody, you're being a snitch. You know what I mean? Same thing goes with the police. Same thing goes with the gangs. You know what I mean? So that's it. That stuff about, oh, I'm not no snitch. I'm not no snitch. When shit gets crazy, they're gonna snitch. You know what I mean? Like it's come on, man. Come on. So it's just letting you know, like I said, just that's going on and stuff like that. So we can go. I'll make more videos about, you know what I mean, more stuff and talking about more stuff if you want to hear about it, like more. I don't know. I just got to research some stuff. Maybe get into history. I don't know. Some certain topics. I don't know. Whatever topics you know, I see that it's going crazy. You know, we'll talk about and we'll talk about that in a sense. Now, you know what I mean? Like this whole political thing that's happening. I mean, it's out of control. You know what I mean? It's out of control. There's a way to stick up for your race without being so out of control. You know what I mean? Like, there's a way to stick up for your race. I mean, Reagan did it. You know what I mean? Reagan did it smooth. You know what I mean? Smoothly. Reagan did it. You know what I mean? Smoothly. You know what I mean? And stuck up for his race. You know what I mean? So if you understand that concept, you know what I mean? You get through life good. You know what I mean? But put it this way. It's going to get to the point where it's a free-for-all shooting, lynching, like all sorts of shit. You know what I mean? Like all sorts of stuff is happening. You know what I mean? So the way I see it is get your stuff legally. Whatever you got to get legally, you know, get it legally. You know, get ready, because when things get crazy, it'll get crazy, and probably it won't. You know what I mean? Probably say they'll say, "Haha, got you." You know what I mean? We didn't really mean it that way. We just meant that it was that guy, or it was that guy, or it was that guy. You know, pick and choosing. You know what I mean? Those targets that are mostly innocent, you know what I mean? Of things that happen. They voiced out their opinions, you know what I mean? And some people are even more messed up about their opinions than other people, you know what I mean? So, and they have every right to that. Like, I've met people that were completely racist, I mean, to the fullest. And I had a discussion to them, and I told them, hey, you have every right to think the way you do. You know what I mean? You have every right to think the way you do. Same thing with black people. Same thing with Hispanic people. You know what I mean? I had conversations like that where they are fully, you know what I mean? Like, fuck everybody else. We got to, you know what I mean? And I understood. I said, you know what I mean? That is your concept of the way you see things. And, you know, I got my concept and that's how it works. But I agree with your opinion. You know that, and a lot of that needs to happen. You know what I mean? Instead of people pointing fingers and trying to force people to do things they're not supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? There's a lot of that going on, and then laughing about it later. And then when they go through some shit, everybody else is pointing the fingers and laughing about it. You know, it's just like, I miss those times in the 1990s and the 1980s. You know what I mean? It was good times. You know what I mean? 1990s, I was a 90s baby. No, 80s baby. 87. Yeah, 80s baby. Like that time growing up and everything like that. I mean, these kids are going through a lot of shit, like compared to a lot of responsibility at an age they're not supposed to. You know what I mean? And it's understandable. You know what I mean? Like, so hey, that was a little bit of me. You know what I mean? So into the whole world about concepts and stuff like that. So you know, I will watch things. I will try to educate myself. I wish I had a girl, you know, that we can have these discussions with, that I can have these discussions with, you know what I mean? Like, I can actually have intellectual discussions with her. You know what I mean? But unfortunately, like I walk around my city and I get the pissy eye. You know what I mean? Or I get the you know what I mean? And that's not only me. It's like a lot of people. You know, a lot of different people. They get the pissy eye or they get the you know what I mean? Like that shit. You know what I mean? So it's just like that's all I have to say. All right, just talking to you guys. Remember, I seen the movie Content. Good movie. I liked it. Content. I like that movie. You know what I mean? So keep making movies, man. I would like to see more movies and everything. Oh, I haven't seen London Has Fallen. I will see that. I will see that. London Has Fallen. Uh, uh, but keep working at it. Keep doing your things. Everything's great with me. So, you know. Later, guys.